Our trip to Washington, D.C. was highly educational and exciting. I learned that John Wilkes Booth was actually an actor and knew the theater very well, which helped him assassinate Lincoln. I found it interesting how Lincoln had to be moved to Peterson House to die because the theater would be dishonorable. I never knew the memorial was made out of black granite to show the peaceful reflection created by the veterans, or that Dan Bullock was the youngest man on the wall. On another note, I noticed the change in material on the Washington Monument, and the I Have a Dream plaque for Martin Luther King's speech on the Lincoln Memorial. I personally think these monuments were made to show American pride by telling us without those people, our country would not progress. Almost every president has operated here. This building carries out our goals as a nation, which is why the elections are the competitive time of the year, even in our small town. I was very interested how the smallest of personal belongings could represent the Holocaust in such a powerful way. I find this a universal statement, whereas discrimination can be deadly. We did a lot of walking in Mount Vernon, and I got to see George Washington's house and his farm. I learned that he did in fact own slaves and was very agriculture-oriented. We got to see a memorial as well for all the slaves who worked for George Washington, which I found very interesting. My bridge photo is of an arch and Bastille Bridge, which spans 2,162 feet and crosses the Potomac River. I think the significance of this bridge is to remind people of Arlington House and Cemetery when they cross it. It connects to me because without veterans, my country would not be what it is today. This memorial was one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. He was a democracy spokesman, the author of the Declaration of Independence, and our third president. When I first saw the Marine Memorial statue, I didn't know the story behind it. This iconic statue is from the Battle of Iwo Jima in World War II and honors all the Marines who served since 1775. This memorial honors the Air Force branch and its divisions, such as the Aeronautical Division, the Aviation Section, the Division of Military Aeronautics, and the Army Air Forces. I loved exploring as many exhibits as possible. My group saw the American History Museum and the Natural History Museum. I got to hold a grasshopper, see Hope Diamond, and revisit one of my favorite places. This trip honored the people who worked hard to make our country what it is and helped us see how history can change the future to make the present. It also brought youth together to honor veterans in yet another way.